Have you ever watched a baseball, football, or soccer game when suddenly, out of nowhere, someone runs onto the field, either fully clothed or completely naked, sprinting past security as the crowd roars with excitement or shock? After that goofball gets caught, don't know what they're in for, legally? Today on Due Process Daily, we're breaking down the real legal consequences of running onto a sports field during a game, whether you're clothed or streaking naked. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. First, let's define what we're talking about. Field rushing is when someone enters a sports field, arena, or any restricted playing area without authorization while an event is in progress. This includes fans who jump over the barricades and run across a soccer field or baseball diamond. Streaking, on the other hand, is field rushing taken to the next level, running onto the field completely naked. This originated as a form of protest or comedic rebellion in the 1970s and has since become a common form of attention-seeking or viral stunt. The first widely televised streaking incident was in 1974 at an England rugby match when Michael O'Brien ran onto the field naked, only to be tackled by police and covered up with a police officer's helmet. That photo became an iconic part of sports history. But while streaking might seem funny, the legal system does not treat it lightly. So, what exactly can you be charged with if you run onto a sports field during a game? Here are the main criminal charges you might face. Trespassing. Entering a restricted or private area without permission is criminal trespass in almost every state. This is often a misdemeanor, but can rise to a felony if you resist removal, damage property, or injure someone. Disorderly conduct. This is a broad charge used when someone causes public alarm or disruption. Running onto the field, interrupting the game, and potentially endangering players falls squarely under this category. Indecent exposure, or lewd conduct. If you're naked while doing it, also known as streaking, you can be charged with indecent exposure, public lewdness, or even sex offender registration crimes in some states, depending on the circumstances and your intent. Public intoxication. Many people who streak or field rush are under the influence. This can lead to an additional misdemeanor charge if intoxication is evident. Resisting arrest. If you attempt to evade security or police once tackled, resisting arrest or obstruction charges can be added. Now, what are the actual penalties for these charges? Trespassing is typically a Class B misdemeanor in many states, punishable by up to 6 months in jail and fines up to $2,000. Disorderly conduct is also a misdemeanor, carrying 30 days to 1 year in jail, depending on whether it's charged as simple disorderly or a higher disturbance. Indecent exposure, if convicted, can lead to jail time, mandatory fines, and in some states, sex offender registration. This depends on whether the exposure was deemed sexually motivated or intended to alarm others. Public intoxication typically results in a fine or overnight jail stay, but combined with trespassing, it complicates your court outcome. Resisting arrest can be charged as a misdemeanor or felony, depending on your behavior. Physically fighting security or officers can escalate to felony assault charges. Aside from criminal charges, you might also face civil lawsuits from the sports league, the team, or the stadium management. Why? Because your unauthorized entry onto the field could result in game delays, costing broadcast revenue, increased security costs, injury to staff, security, or players, and potential damage to the field or equipment. These organizations can sue you for compensatory damages to recover their losses, which can amount to tens of thousands of dollars, depending on the scale of disruption. You might wonder, why do leagues and prosecutors care so much about a streaker or field runner? Here's why. First, there is a safety risk. Players and referees are vulnerable to attack. Even if a person seems harmless, Security protocols treat them as potential threats. Second, encouraging future copycats. Leagues want to deter others from attempting it. If one streaker gets away with a slap on the wrist, others will try to top it. Third, broadcast disruption. Networks pay millions for broadcasting rights. Any disruption risks contractual issues or viewer backlash. For these reasons, leagues encourage maximum prosecution and lifetime bans from all future events. Let's talk about some famous examples. In 2021, a man ran onto the field during Super Bowl 55, wearing a pink thong swimsuit to promote an adult website. He was charged with trespassing and disorderly conduct and spent a night in jail. His fine was around $500, but he was banned from NFL events indefinitely. In Major League Baseball games, field runners often get tackled by security and arrested immediately. Many report a permanent ban from the team's stadium, along with a trespass charge resulting in community service and fines. In European soccer, streakers are often dragged off quickly and fined from £200 to £1,000 or more, plus potential jail time depending on local laws. If naked, they face indecent exposure charges. These moments might go viral, but the personal consequences are rarely worth the fleeting fame. Does nudity change the charges? Yes, running onto the field while naked adds an entirely separate legal issue. Indecent exposure or public lewdness can carry higher fines, jail time up to 1 year or more, and mandatory sex offender registration in certain states if minors are present or if prosecutors allege sexual intent. Even if your intention was comedic, prosecutors may treat it as a serious offense. The burden is often on the defendant to prove no sexual intent, which can be challenging. Sometimes, streakers are paid by companies to promote websites, OnlyFans creators, or betting sites. Even if it's a paid marketing stunt, the legal consequences remain the same for the individual. The company may also face fines if it's proven they orchestrated illegal conduct or trespassing. Publicity stunts can also violate contracts if done by influencers or brand representatives, leading to termination of sponsorships or legal claims for reputational damage. Is it ever legal to enter the field? The only time you can legally be on the field is when you are authorized by the league or team, such as for halftime shows, first pitches, or performance gigs. You may be credentialed media with designated access areas, or you are invited by a player or staff during permitted moments, though this is rare mid-game. Otherwise, entering the field is trespassing, no matter how harmless your intent may be. So, what is the bottom line? Running onto a sports field during a game, whether you're clothed or completely naked, might look funny to the crowd and go viral online. But it can lead to criminal charges, including trespass, disorderly conduct, indecent exposure, and resisting arrest. It can result in fines ranging from hundreds to thousands of dollars, jail time, civil lawsuits for damages and security costs, lifetime bans from sports venues, and sex offender registration in certain streaking cases. That is a steep price to pay for a few seconds of fame on television or social media. If you liked this video, throw us a like. Comment if you've ever witnessed a streaker or field runner live, and subscribe to Due Process Daily for more legal breakdowns of viral moments, crime stories, and your rights under the law.